gets accused of being jealous of Doechii after she won a Grammy. So you got somebody calling out Latto. This person claims that Latto was jealous after Doechii got that Grammy. She was jealous over the attention Doechii was getting, right? It was like Latto was in the joint tight over there, right? Boy, you mad your album flop went triple wood, triple plastic, Latto?
Oh my goodness. Grab your popcorn because I've got some absolutely explosive tea to spill about the never-ending drama between Nicki and Latto. And trust me, this feud is reaching nuclear levels, especially now that Latto's true feelings about Doechii's Grammy win have come to light. The behind-the-scenes drama is so juicy. You won't believe what's been going down in these industry streets. Let me take you back and paint the whole picture, because this story has more layers than a wedding cake and every single one is filled with drama. Not too long ago, Latto was riding high as the industry's chosen one. The powers that be were pushing her career so hard, you'd think she was the next coming of hip-hop royalty. They had her completely convinced that Grammy Gold was just within her reach. But oh honey, let me tell you about the plot twist that changed everything. The industry played her like a fiddle, leaving her with nothing but broken dreams and a bruised ego when that Grammy nomination turned into a brutal snub. Now, here's the tea that nobody's talking about. The only reason Latto even had the audacity, the sheer nerve, to come for Nicki in the first place was because she thought that Grammy was already engraved with her name. She was planning to wave that golden gramophone in Nicki's face like it was some sort of victory flag. But when those dreams came crashing down, baby, it's been nothing but bitter pills and sour grapes ever since. But wait, because this story gets even messier. The tension between Latto and Doechii isn't some new development. These two have history, and it's spicier than your grandma's secret recipe. Remember when Doechii stood up for Nicki Minaj? She was one of the very few who had the courage to publicly defend Nicki after Latto crossed a line that should never be crossed in this industry. I'm talking about leaking private phone conversations. The absolute audacity of it all. Those DMs were supposed to stay in the vault, but Latto decided to air out everyone's dirty laundry like it was a Sunday morning washing session. Let me break down how this whole mess originally exploded onto the scene. Picture this. Nicki's hit track Super Freaky Girl is absolutely dominating the rap charts in 2022. It's everywhere, it's a moment, it's the song of the summer. But then, out of nowhere, the Grammy committee decides to push it into the pop category. Can you imagine the shock? This meant Nicki had to compete against absolute powerhouses like Adele, Harry, and Queen Bey herself. While trying to make sense of this totally unfair situation, Nicki brought up Latto's track Big Energy as an example. And let's be real, it was a perfectly valid comparison since both songs shared similar production styles. All Nicki was trying to say was that if Latto's track was hip-hop enough for the rap category, then her song deserved the same treatment. It was simple logic, nothing more, nothing less. But Latto? Oh honey, she took that comparison and ran with it straight to Drama Town. She jumped onto Twitter faster than a cat chasing a laser pointer, dropping this passive-aggressive bomb. Damn, I can't win for losing all these awards SL nominations, I can't even celebrate. The shade of it all. But Nicki, being the seasoned queen she is, saw right through the games and decided to serve some piping hot tea of her own. She pulled out the receipts, and when I say receipts, I mean she dropped a screenshot of their private messages where Latto had actually agreed that Nicki's song belonged in the rap category. Talk about being caught in 4K. But the drama train was just leaving the station because Nicki wasn't done exposing the truth. She hit Twitter with this absolutely scorching tweet. This Karen has probably mentioned my name in over 100 interviews. Says she waited in line for Peak Friday with Barbie chain on bang pink hair. But today Scratch Off decides to be silent rather than speak up for a black woman she called her biggest inspiration. The way the internet collectively you could hear jaws dropping across social media. Well, Latto wasn't about to take that lying down. She came back swinging with some serious accusations. And honey, she went low. She played the age card, calling Nicki a bully and saying, I've ignored countless subtweets since March and instead addressed you in the DM you're asking why I didn't speak up in your defense. It's the same answer I gave you when you asked why I didn't congratulate you. You're literally older than my mom trying to be a Nicki Minaj. The disrespect was off the charts. But that wasn't even the lowest blow. Latto really crossed the line when she started throwing around serious accusations about Nicki's associations with SA offenders, calling her a super freaky grandma, and trying to drag Nicki's personal life through the mud. But Nicki, she came prepared with a whole file cabinet of receipts. She systematically exposed Latto's hypocrisy, pointing out how Latto had no problem working with controversial figures in the past. And then, just to twist the knife, Nicki dropped the sales figures bomb. You sold 20K, right mad you flop, that's why you really mad. The way the internet erupted into chaos. Just when everyone thought the situation couldn't get any more dramatic, Latto pulled what might be the most controversial move in this whole saga. She leaked a recorded phone conversation between her and Nicki. Her justification? She claimed she only recorded it because she knew the kind of person Nicki was and wanted evidence for when the time came to expose her. The level of premeditation, the calculated nature of it all. The industry was shook to its core. But hold on to your wigs, because the drama reached new heights at the Billboard Women in Music Awards. Doechii and Latto ended up in this absolutely explosive backstage confrontation over Nicki. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Apparently, Latto was absolutely seething that Doechii had the audacity to mention Nicki in her acceptance speech. If you were watching closely during the ceremony, you could literally see Latto's face change the moment Nicki's name left Doechii's lips. The camera caught it all. When it was Latto's turn to accept her award, she tried to be slick about it, throwing subtle shade by mocking Doechii's earlier speech. But Doechii, baby, she wasn't born yesterday. When Latto tried to confront her backstage about mentioning Nicki, Doechii turned it right back around and called her out for that petty mockery. The situation escalated so quickly that security had to physically intervene because Doechii was about to show Latto exactly what happens when you play with fire. The energy was so intense, the air was practically crackling with tension. The situation got so out of hand that Billboard had to take unprecedented action. They actually asked Latto and her entire team to leave the premises after her performance. That's why nobody saw her for the rest of the show. It was the talk of the industry. Even respected industry insider Leo Thomas had to weigh in, confirming the chaos. Women in Music Awards rappers Latto and Doechii heard yelling in each other's faces. After the shade was thrown on stage tonight, security and personal bodyguards for both artists quickly intervened, and Latto was reportedly been asked to leave the premises. Of course, Latto tried to save face by denying everything, tweeting, "Y'all arms not sore yet from all that reaching?" But Doechii, she embraced the drama with open arms. She got on live, singing Nicki's lyrics with this knowing smirk on her face, clearly throwing shade at someone who should have known better than to come for her. The way she handled it had everyone living for the drama. And now, we've reached the latest chapter in this ongoing saga, and it's possibly the juiciest yet. Word on the street, and when I say street, I mean every single industry insider worth their salt, is that Latto is absolutely burning with jealousy over Doechii winning a Grammy before her. And not just any Grammy, but in such a prestigious category. The way Latto couldn't even bring herself to stand during Doechii's moment of triumph spoke volumes, and during the performance, Chile, the way she just sat there with a face that could curdle milk, the cameras caught every second of that bitter energy. Meanwhile, Nicki is reportedly over the moon about Doechii's win, and it makes perfect sense when you think about it. Unlike certain other female rappers in the game, and we all know exactly who we're talking about, Nicki actually recognizes and respects real talent when she sees it. She's been in the game long enough to know the difference between authentic artistry and manufactured hype. The internet, being the messy place we all know and love, is having an absolute field day with all this drama. The comments are wild. One person hit the nail on the head when they wrote, "Latto is so bitter and envious." But another fan really went for the jugular with this take. Doechii is better than all of them, including Cardi B, Lil' Kim, and all of them. She really is. That one, she's a real artist, not that crappy hip-hop bit N-word music. She's the real deal artist. The way the truth just jumped out. But you know what? I want to hear your thoughts on all this messiness. Are you riding with Doechii or are you Team Latto? Do you think Latto's just green with envy over Doechii's success? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below. And don't forget to click through to watch this other absolutely explosive video I've got lined up for you. Trust me, it's just as messy, if not messier, than what we just covered.